He was the loudmouth comedian who turned controversy into a career. From wild stand-up gigs to Hollywood movies, Russell Brand built a global name on shock value. He partied with rock stars, married Katy Perry, and reinvented himself as a political guru on YouTube. But in 2023, that empire imploded. Multiple women accused him of sexual assault, triggering investigations that shook Britain's entertainment world. The comic who thrived on chaos now faced the kind of scandal that could end everything. This is Rich and Reckless. The rise and shocking fall of Russell Brand. Rise to fame. Russell Edward Brand was born in Essex, England in 1975, and from a young age, it was clear he craved the spotlight. Gifted with a razor-sharp wit and a natural flair for performance, he gravitated towards stand-up comedy, a medium that allowed him to shock audiences while simultaneously charming them. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, Brand's eccentric style, manic energy, and fearless humor had begun to turn heads. He became a fixture on the UK comedy circuit, captivating audiences with a blend of self-deprecation, social commentary, and outright absurdity. His larger-than-life persona soon caught the attention of MTV, and hosting gigs there brought him recognition among younger viewers. While his humor delighted fans, industry insiders often saw him as chaotic and unpredictable, a talent to be harnessed with caution. Nevertheless, his popularity soared, and it wasn't long before Hollywood came calling. Film roles propelled Brand onto the global stage. Forgetting Sarah Marshall introduced him to international audiences, while Get Him to the Greek cemented his reputation as the eccentric Brit who could dominate any scene, stealing every moment he was on screen. His comedic timing, physicality, and audacious persona made him a standout presence, and his fame now stretched far beyond the UK. Offstage, Brand's public profile exploded even further in 2010 when he married pop superstar Katy Perry. The union thrust him into tabloid headlines and paparazzi shoots, turning him into a household name virtually overnight. For a time, it seemed nothing could stop him. Stand-up tours, blockbuster films, hosting opportunities, best-selling books, and a high-profile marriage all combined to fuel an unstoppable rise. Yet behind the humor and charisma, shadows loomed. Drug abuse, repeated rehab stints, and ongoing controversies began to cast a pall over his career. Even as his fame spread from London to Hollywood, cracks were forming in the foundation of his empire. The same energy that made him magnetic on stage and screen also made him volatile off it, hinting that the trajectory of his life and career might not remain as dazzling as it appeared. The persona and the cracks. Flashy, chaotic, and utterly uncontainable, Russell Brand wasn't merely a comedian. He was, in every sense, a brand. From his long, flowing hair to his flamboyant wardrobe and his penchant for outrageous, often confrontational interviews, he cultivated a persona that was instantly recognizable. Brand leaned fully into the image of the rebellious womanizer, turning scandal into currency. Talk shows booked him knowing anything could happen, while fans tuned in to see raw honesty mixed with manic energy. He thrived on the unpredictability, and the world rewarded him for it. But living on the edge came with a steep price. Heroin addiction, repeated stints in rehab, and brushes with the law became recurring chapters in his story. Every high-profile headline, every arrest, and every rehab visit chipped away at the glossy sheen of his public image. His love life added fuel to the media fire. Flings, affairs, and the very public divorce from pop superstar Katy Perry in 2011 painted him as a man incapable of settling down, a wild spirit whose personal life mirrored the chaos of his stage persona. Even as Brand began to reinvent himself, transitioning into political commentary, social critique, and wellness advocacy, his public image remained complicated. YouTube videos, podcasts, and social media drew millions of viewers. But critics were quick to question his motives. Was he a truth-teller shining light on societal issues? Or was he exploiting public distrust for clicks, likes, and shares? By the late 2000s, Brand existed in a paradoxical space, adored as a cult hero by those who appreciated his sharp intellect and unfiltered honesty, yet dismissed as opportunistic by skeptics who saw only spectacle. The persona that had launched him into fame now contained its own fault lines. The charisma, wit, and audacity that made him magnetic were inseparable from the instability, addiction, and controversy that shadowed his every move. Russell Brand's story, in many ways, became a study in contrasts, brilliance entwined with chaos, insight interlaced with excess, and reinvention shadowed by the cracks that had always been present beneath the surface. Allegations and implosion. September 2023 marked a seismic shift in Russell Brand's life and career. Investigations conducted by The Sunday Times, The Times, and Channel 4's Dispatches brought to light shocking allegations from multiple women, accusing Brand of rape, sexual assault, and emotional abuse spanning from 2006 to 2013. The reports painted a harrowing picture: manipulation, coercion, and assaults occurring at his homes, on film and television sets, and even at a BBC location. Among the accounts was one woman who revealed that she was just 16 when Brand began a relationship with her, legally above the age of consent, yet still a teenager caught in the orbit of a global celebrity. Another woman described an assault at his Los Angeles property, later recounting the trauma that led her to seek immediate crisis care. The breadth and detail of the allegations stunned the public, prompting urgent discussions about power, consent, and accountability in celebrity culture. Brand responded publicly, vehemently denying all claims. In a YouTube video, he labeled the expose a coordinated media attack and insisted he was being unfairly targeted. Fans rushed to his defense, while critics recoiled in outrage. Social media exploded. Hashtags trended, debates ignited across platforms, and commentary poured in from journalists, activists, and everyday users. The empire Brand had meticulously curated over decades, built on charisma, controversy, and media savvy, was unraveling in real time. The professional fallout was swift and severe. YouTube demonetized his channel, publishers canceled upcoming contracts, planned tours were scrapped, and venues publicly distanced themselves. Authorities in both the UK and the US launched formal inquiries, casting a shadow of legal uncertainty over every aspect of his career. Where Brand had once seemed omnipresent, an unstoppable provocateur whose voice reached millions, he suddenly found himself isolated, facing scrutiny and potential accountability on multiple fronts. For years, controversy had been a driving force in his career, amplifying his fame and feeding his persona. But in 2023, that same controversy transformed from fuel into fire, consuming the empire he had built and leaving his reputation in ruins. The rise and fall, once a story of charisma and chaos, had taken its most devastating turn yet, and the world was watching every moment of the implosion. Fallout and isolation. In the months following the explosive allegations, Russell Brand's world shrank almost overnight. The stages, studios, and media panels that had once defined him fell silent. Tours were abruptly canceled, theaters and venues issued statements to distance themselves, and the once ubiquitous presence on social media became a battleground of criticism, defense, and heated debate. His YouTube channel, once a hub for millions of devoted followers, lost revenue as demonetization took hold. Podcast subscribers dwindled as public trust eroded, and former collaborators, actors, producers, and co-hosts publicly stepped away, unwilling to be associated with the controversy. Contracts vanished, sponsors pulled their support, and opportunities that had once flowed effortlessly now disappeared. Financial stability, once taken for granted, began to erode. The man who had thrived on being everywhere, on commanding attention, and on shaping narratives, found himself suddenly isolated, facing the chilling quiet of public rejection. Brand's public image, which had long been built on the allure of the untouchable, anti-establishment figure, fractured under the weight of the allegations. Conspiracy theories, deflections, and self-reinvention could no longer shield him from scrutiny. The charisma that had once disarmed critics now seemed hollow in the face of legal and social consequences. By the end of 2023, Russell Brand's presence in the public eye had diminished to rare appearances, guarded statements, and sporadic media commentary. Once the master of chaos, the provocateur who could dominate every conversation, he was now a man confronting silence after decades of attention. The isolation was more than professional. It was existential, a stark reminder that even those who seemed untouchable are vulnerable when the structures that prop up their fame crumble. Russell Brand isn't broke, but his career, stretching from Hollywood to political platforms, has been gutted. Videos and podcasts continue, but the spotlight is smaller, harsher, and permanently shadowed by allegations that won't fade. For decades, Brand sold himself as untouchable, the rebel who laughed at the rules. In 2023, the joke ended. Chaos that once made him famous consumed him instead. For some, he's a victim of cancel culture. For others, a warning that fame can't protect you forever. Either way, the flamboyant provocateur is no longer telling the story. The story is being told about him. This is Rich and Reckless. Next, Sam Bankman-Fried, the crypto king who went from billionaire to prison inmate. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, press the subscribe button, and also drop your thoughts in the comments section.